This FM 104.3. Good to meet you.
State of Ghana's economy amidst price hikes and rising inflation. Because the incomono, even though it's a very important you care about sanitation issues. You bet me in the whole morning. If I don't mind, we can continue because there's so many issues. But because you mentioned the state of the economy, so tell me about your costs. What do you think?
Mr. Chairman. Let me say, Sick as someone to tell. You see, I drink and there should be a hard dream. Wow, we are Ghana ni our peso can credit. Chairman, we are living in dire times. In sick as someone to tell and go ye. And you may be wha ye di chre ana usha ubitimiaka say, oh, say, Numa Bakumi and say, a touchman, not to say sick as someone to tell and go ye. And I more multi-brofibrary you refer to as economic pointers and indicators. Chairman, one of the major indicators are economists use to determine the health of an economy and by extension the well-being of citizens. Inflation, because inflation in fact it actually helps you to appreciate the cost of living. It doesn't matter the kind of income it is. It could be wage income, it could be profit income, whatever income be a wunyano. For sa income no, ana sa income you can say income na mekam.
Sika obenya.
Income you can say.
Say sika obenya.
Sika obenya no. Sika obenya no. Nemfaso a ubetimi hu ejina nyoma dudu a ebetimi ato. Na nyoma dudu a betimi ato no so ejina nyoma no no bo so enti se no bo no kosora am prempi friend inflation na affect nyoma dudu a betimi ato. So your real income, which is when you take your income and adjust it for inflation, won ene be kire tibia wo mu ana whether you are living well or not. Nti amfa say kaninu chama na minya 100 cedis as my wage income. Na inflation was around 2%, for example. Nyoma nanka mitimi di 100 cedis no aton. Say inflation no kosura, which means the prices of goods and services so akosura. Mintimi nto sa nyoma ne biem. Kanino nanka mitimi to 5 tins of milk. Say mintimi nto. Nti fan say me busua no number no stays constant. The number of dependents on me no stays constant. And society, but my real income has declined. Which means that Newman and me to ever feel mean to Sabium. And Tianka, if as a family, now you're the 10 tins of milk, na ye num in a week. I said, yet to Suba 3. Let's say Tisuba 3. Chairman, the number of family members no the same way and society. And imagine using 3 tins of milk in a week and for a week compared to time and use it 10. Not just say, yeah, sitting more for the West. And inflation is very, very important. Now, Usha Ghana says, inflation is in the province of 27.3%. Chairman, that is a gargantuan increase. So increase, it is the highest in over 10 years, and 15 years. The last we had inflation figure close to where was in 2004. And the chair said, indeed, one of the pointers about your economy, said, Nyoma enkoye. But sometimes, analysis. It should not just be about trend analysis. So inflation was this and it grew up to this point. We need to analyze the indicator itself. What are the drivers? Inflation inflation currently is food and energy driven. Says here, and say cost of energy,
mostly fuel.
Yes, mostly fuel. Yeah, not just mostly fuel. Because the other
sources of energy.
Fuel also count electricity, for example. If LNG cost has gone up, certainly it would reflect in the price. So food, energy, and our face the cost of imports. And now, generally speaking, forex exchange. These are the main drivers of the current inflation. Now, offer food, Chairman, like it or not, Aduane bo akosoro. Nti if we want to stem the tide of inflation, I say sure. Energy, some of you can say, I wouldn't say it's entirely exogenous. Say you need to me war energy no who be but you want to me kakra. Some of the causes external, Ghana and Shadan, need to me and so on. But Ufa Ghana, we are a net importer, which means yes, we are the big one on it. So when you net our exports and our imports of fuel now, there's a deficit. Until I see we are net importer, which means we export less than we import. But nonetheless, we export. Until Faswa, ever exports no. At least, what to 2 car to import no. Shadan who is a difference no also be blisa. But nevertheless, difference Until no kahuna the prices of fuel and the price of fuel cost no. But beyond the price of crude cost and refined products cost on the international market there are other components in the price build-up and also kahuma cost of fuel cost which we have control over. Tax components na as if we nyoma yebetimi ahwe so. But chairman ye ekumi kesikra exchange rate. Says here obi a autonomous free China, Dubai, America, bibia no. There is a cost of inflation and I factor that accounts for a rise in general price your friend no foreign exchange pass through. Which means we exchange rate can affect how much prices grow or come down in your country. And this is how it works. Yamvan said, can you name the $10,000 nekoto nyoma wa manone ebeton. And let's say the Ghana city was exchanging at 5 cities. Chama me ba me the 5 cities no me calculation na maton minimum. Sesia say the price of the dollar, which is the exchange rate. A cost ra. Yamba says, "I me turn 9 cities. Now me got $2 million bar. Mean turn the way I me turn your man abrana dollar near 5 cities no. So the price of the dollar, the increase in the price of the dollar would affect the increase in my pricing.
Everybody knows that.
Absolutely. Now, chairman, your exchange rate like attita pansami. We all know the causes. Near the kind. But I'll just group them into.
So what is the solution?
Chairman, solution is there. And also, but near the kind, your fire exchange rate side now. We need to review our laws on profit repatriation. It's very fundamental. Forex flight is the major reason why our war exchange rate issues in this country. Because among for be Juma Sabi, omoji omusika in Ghana cities, but omodi profits ni call more. Our currency is not convertible. Until some got third currency, which is usually the dollar. Already there is shortage of supply, which is the reason our price is cost free. I didn't know and our amount for be super until the price now cost. Until amount for now and our companies are see form profits ne being kwama on no matter to kakrana a woman no more. The second issue is corruption process. Chairman, you have no idea how much money in forex terms every or maimu through unearned incomes. A man for mu sika, and I am being very blunt on this. A man for mu abemu ni omuni abemu mu sika na no mde akoto forex e dia kwama no.
Unim say the word riano.
Well,
yentimi and kanasa. So
an end income is a chrono.
Because Otia say a man for abemu sika. Sisi amekacho se bodi an untimi bodi.
Oh. Chairman, minka say assume and assess the way.
Mr. Inti uyen sa blanket at the end of the day, you're not being fair to anybody.
Very well. Very well.
It is a blanket statement.
No problem. So I'll rephrase. A man for omu wiesika says minka say no mu abemu. Me see a man for mu wiesika wa
no problem.
Omo de sika no kwama no ne a. Sabi Ghana citizen ntimi mfa nko US and UK. Eso uto omukrom sika no na ade akọ. We su sal sika ya every oman mu ekono through sa krono boy is one problem. The other issue soon say chairman yam production. I mean, I was excited when it was said say, oh, MPP ba be mu there's going to be concentration on production. Because chairman, It is fundamental. Your car structural transformation now is a simple concept, even though it requires certain decisions, but it's basically realigning your allocations from one sector to the other. And the funny say manufacturing your sector yes say sika also because we are importing a lot of manufactured goods. Now your fee say, oh, Ghana your capacity to be able to produce nyoma into the NSA yam boosting up manufacturing subsector.
And you're in a starty 1D1F concept. Actually no guta ni ababenya ntokwa on brofrom can say. There was this a year more say to make locally manufactured goods more competitive. Association of Ghana Industries came into an agreement with Abai on something. There's a dimbium demand refi it slips me now. There make and yeah nubi in the and
Chairman, what are we producing or what have we produced?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
And that's why I started by saying there was that understanding and I was fully excited, like I was overwhelmed. Say, finally there is some thought about structural transformation.
Okay, medasi benchmark value. Obi Asempa FM producer at large, more fire. And you know the benchmark value in Tokyo buying.
But
but as you yourself said, no, say a process in your event.
No.
I'm on first starting. Yeah, Madam I say, Minia Fred, Minia Bam, Madam Nina say, benchmark value.
No, I agree.
Okay, I say, San to can buy.
I didn't talk about it.
Up to now, no cross here since. So, say you manufacture something in Ghana. Now, Duka Edifi Amanoneba, he still brings it at a cheaper cost than you do.
No, I agree.
So what do we do?
No, Chairman, one will say, if you have local industries and local plants are almost producing similar goods that are being imported, of course, me, without sounding protectionist, there should be some arrangement to make our local produce, our local products competitive. And I will support it on any day. Because, Chairman, you are signing WTO agreements, but even in the US, there is protectionism in some areas. And if the understanding is that you appropriate manufacturing, Chairman, something ought to give.
But if you're going to do protectionism now, the threat
you don't declare.
No. And the threat of Mintuabama comes in. What do you do?
Chairman, you see.
Because we are very we are a political country. Politics that the say government be decided say yenye protectionism. Not saying good for then the other side says say a catcheremo.
So Chairman,
so what do we do?
And Namika said we need to have politics of conviction. If you feel that this is good, you are very convinced that Adi Ebebua Ghana mine. Let them make the noise. Me sure say Ghana for betias here. Because the Ghana needs say ehun say obia or produce Ghana no nyoma na yekoto no bo from chain your okra bana. Na wuti ho wo opposition ti wo ye de say oh mo nkra nyoma no mba na no mo na ya. Jama the voters sabi. Omo nim nyansa. Nti go for that which you think will help the cause of Ghana. As for Obia one interest, even within ECOWAS, Chairman, you can't just export. Say there's free movement of factors.
Is it a pretty much hopeless situation?
It is not, Chairman. Even within ECOWAS, you can produce and sell in Nigeria and elsewhere and so on. But there are clauses that prevent a DIFN deflection. So bring it to Ghana and claim say. Is from Ghana now you repackage it and send it to Nigeria. There are clauses that prevent that. So which else you say bringing goods from elsewhere a kili and a kun local production. If in the sub-region you say we want to increase our tradables. We want to encourage more local and sub-regional production. Now we work on manonia ko kranema ba uba now be package you person they call Nigeria. ECOWAS won't allow it, even though there is free movement of goods and services. What
is the solution?
The solution, no, Chairman, and they said we need to increase our production, local manufacturing. And found near who do your opponents back there, Chairman? Oh my issue.
Well, it looks like you're here.
Because I don't know.
Obi Dinkrebia Bremi on the issue of Yekaba institutions, or say institutions don't work in this country. We need to whip the heads of all institutions in line plus all their staff. Listen, I had a problem with the shipping line for overcharging me on a container. I wrote to the Ghana Shippers Authority in 2018 to intervene. I was called by an officer from Shippers Authority 3 days ago to ask me what was the merit on the issue I reported to them.
Since 2018.
Kwame, after 4 years, they are now asking me, Dig, Ghana, enye. And then this one says, Atik, it's good to hear you on Kokroko, the best and qualitative media platform, education, information, and enlightenment on public and national community issues. Atik, welcome. Call me after your show. I miss you. My regards to Honorable Mreku Duka and Papa Sofo Charles Owusu, Obatampa Frances Arabna Esiam. Sends that one in. And then now, Obi Ede Bakwa Bremi, say your friend Ban say Kwame, imagine Nigeria, for example, is now concentrating on consumption of local rice. And production of same. It has discouraged importation of foreign rice. Now, let me add to what Ban says. You know who's in charge of that project?
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian.
Former Minister
Abraham Juma Odum.
And Kufo. Yes.
Yeah.
Chairman, we have the brains.
So, Abraham Juma Odum was Ghanaian. And now, Oti Nigeria. And now, Obuomo. A local rice production and consumption.
Yes.
Or Ghanaian.
Yeah, that's Parliament. Yeah, name is different. The friend rice master.
Meanwhile, you cram.
Chairman,
me. My point is say,
oh, Hano Yoko.
No, because what you had all year, you may have.
Now, boy, Capam that. Oh, I'm going to go and so MPP. I don't know what money behind. Say a MPP. And that's all you do. Oh, he said that for mobile. Did you work with him? He had to look for a job elsewhere. Chairman, I don't know. Look,
so no MP and you're better MP. I'm a member of Parliament.
Or
serve on so many committees.
Chairman, okay. Was he serving on so? You serve on
no committees, no on your relevant.
No, your committees soon obey side. Juma Oyi. He could have done it by supporting.
He's been supporting in so many angles. I'm telling you.
You see, the man is the main man in Nigeria. Ghana, or a supporting artist. So boss support backing vocalist, and you expect it to work. And Juma, sometimes you will find brains, and you are gifted to. I mean, you are blessed to have had it and to have had such a person in your party. And you say, Sebi, or when this woman Abeka say, oh, you didn't Abeka say you are bringing opposition for into, or your MPP knew. By Jana Kofa, well, anyway. But the most important point is we have the capacity.
Let me go around.
Politics, see, na SAJ. Me, I'm saying, Chairman, we need to deal with the exchange rate situation because it contributes to inflation going up. It affects our growth and so many other things. And one of the suggestions are me and say we need to increase local manufacturing. And I mean, political manufacturing. ISU 1:1 160, which is 160 saying. Now, so Chairman, me who you produce it to bring down our import bill.
At least we never who eku juice.
Now, eku juice, Chairman, there are several juices in this country.
Because they are imported. Most of the juice is imported.
Oh, blue skies is a Ghana.
But I'm going to export you.
Oh, I'm going to export.
Yeah.
My point is that.
So why are we still importing? And I say, why are we not putting? No, maybe. So why are we not putting a premium on imported ones and no any benchmark value in Tokanaba?
Me, I support it.
You support the benchmark value?
Chairman, I am Sebi. If you've had a stint with economics, look, there are a lot of fine brains, and the only way the subtle way to dodge WTO sanctions in respect of protectionism is introduces maybe. Because if you go all out protectionism, WTO say, oh, you are introducing tariffs and non-tariff barriers, which is against WTO regulations and so on. But you see benchmark value. Meaning,
and also now,
me assure that this won't be a popular view. But if I were good for now, many Aban will have a conversation. Okay, local producers,
I
How
think
do you help them to
I'm so called Gambaga check into him. Yes, you are. Now, Kenya has been done and fought back and forth.
Chairman, no, what I'm trying
But
it's not agreeing to benchmark, but you say capacity now. Local producers no one. Will it be enough to meet the demand of traders? No, so more pedudo to our ombenya. Let them be the marketers, the middlemen. Who the answer you produce? Good afford should come in.
And yeah, better, sir. But
This FM 104.3. Good to meet Taki.